The above closes aren't closes at all. The persistence formula. You got to believe, you got to have confidence, you got to be prepared, you got to ask, okay? Asking for the commitment. All right, you see my first close down here. What's my first close? Alternative choice. You are set up perfectly to do that every single time. You ought to try working in a store that does just out the door pricing, where there's nothing like this. It's well, here's our price and it's high as shit. What do you say? Okay. I wouldn't work in a store like that. The hidden dynamic. I think we talked about this yesterday. When you offer your prospects shorter-term payments with the opportunity to save significant money, only a few will take advantage of the savings. 0%. You guys don't have 0% anymore, do you?
Yeah.
You do? Mm-hmm. Okay, that doesn't work when there's 0% because there's going to be no change in the finance charges because there are no finance charges. The factory still has, with no inventory, they still have 0%?
0% for 72 months.
Really?
Yeah, on Traverses, right, in Equinox.
Why would they have incentives with the inventories the way they are? It's the factory. I should know better than even ask the question. Okay? All right. Market-based pricing close. When the prospect objects or asks for an additional discount, you got to reference your market-based pricing conversation and quickly reclose. Let me demonstrate that. Okay? I'm going to ask a closing question, and you just say, "Hey, Steve, you need to do better on the price." Okay? So if you'll okay one of these payments right here and okay that right down there, I'll get your new vehicle ready for delivery.
Steve, you need to do better with the price.
Okay, I understand. Tommy, you're doing what you've always done when you bought vehicles. Now, about an hour and a half ago, we had a talk about how we price our vehicles. Remember the market-based pricing thing? We use third-party software to price our vehicles, okay? And I made you two promises at that particular time. A, I promised you this was going to be the most pleasant purchase experience of your entire life. Have we had a pretty good time?
So far.
And secondly, I said it would be the quickest because of our pricing policy, correct? You're slowing us down. I need your okay right here. Okay. All right. Again, but you have to have that pricing conversation with them early on, or you can't use that. Okay. Next one, premium equipment close. Look, do people pick out vehicles with lots of cool stuff on them? Okay. Does that drive up the price? Yeah, you gotta point it out. Well, can you do better on the price? Yeah, I can do better on the price, but I have to take away your leather, your this, your that, and the other. And I'm not going to do that because you picked out a vehicle that you deserve. You picked out a vehicle that I know you can afford, and I need your okay right here so we can get this son of a gun ready for delivery. I mean, you got to be strong and confident, not obnoxious. Cassandra's going, but Steve, you're obnoxious. Okay, I'm teaching. Okay, I'm not in real life here. The reduced to the ridiculous close. This is far and away probably the most frequently used close. The close I use most frequently when I'm trying to when I'm trying to make it easier for a customer to say yes. What's reduced to the ridiculous?
35 cents a day for extra.
They bitch about the payment. And I say, would a payment of $50 a month sound better to you? And they said, well, yeah, of course it would. I said, all right, well, we can't do a payment of $50 a month less because it's the mathematics. But do me a favor, divide 50 by 30, and then it'll come up to a number. I'll say, this is what's keeping you from driving the vehicle that you picked out and told me you loved. It's $1.39 a day. Now, what's easier to say yes to? Let's say the payment started, let's say they're bitching about a $750 a month payment, okay, because that probably might be what they're bitching about. And I say $50 a month, would you like that? Yeah, so now we're looking at $700 a month. But now I reduce it to 50. And then I divide it by 30. What's easier to say yes to, $750 a month or $1.35 a day? $1.35 a day. That close has been around. I mean, I learned that close in F&I school in 1979. Okay? Pack of cigarettes, a Coke a day, things like that. Every close I teach, every strategy that we're going to talk about today is designed to make it easier for the customer to say Yes. Okay? The accessory close, I just told you how that one worked. Hey, Rhett, any other options or accessories you'd like to add to this vehicle before you take delivery? If he says no, must be perfect, need your okay right here. If he says yes, I'll say which one, and then add the cost. Don't give it away. Net payment close, we're going to go through that today. Split payment disclosure, I will go through that today. Cleanup close, that's a oldie but a goodie. Title registration, oldie but a goodie. Insurance card license close, oldie but a goodie. Customer statement close, oldie. And the takeaway, the kinder, gentler takeaway. I don't know if we'll get to that today, but it's highly effective, and I think it's in here. All right, let's talk about payments, because right now I'm guessing that pricing objections aren't really they shouldn't be an issue right now. Okay, but let's talk about payment closes. Look at the bottom of page 19, where it says justifying the monthly payment. The payment objection, if we've done our job and put the customer on a vehicle that they can afford, because that's part of right vehicle, okay? Yeah, needs and wants are certainly important, but I have to be able to afford the son of a bitch too, or I can't write the monthly check. But the payment objection, if we put them on the right vehicle, is often just a complaint that can be easily handled with a thorough payment explanation. Provide an honest and logical payment explanation to the prospect. When finished, re-close. I find oftentimes when I teach objection handling strategies, we get caught up on the strategies and forget the re-close. The re-close is extremely important. The payment explanation. Cassandra, you be the customer.
Okay, that payment is too high, you're going to have to do better than that.
Cassandra, I understand. Lots of people say that when they see their new payment. It's evidence that you are perfectly normal. Other than the payment, nothing else stops you from taking delivery, taking the vehicle home today, correct?
Yes.
What I just did right there was I empathized and I isolated, okay? Why is it important to try to isolate?
Figure out the objection.
Say again?
Figure out the objection?
Not figured out.
That's the only objection that we gotta overcome.
Right, I'd like to just handle one, but Cassandra might say, well, no, Steve, once we get done with this payment thing, we're gonna talk about the trade, because I don't think you're giving me enough, and I ain't got no cash. So, but at least she's telling me what I need to do to get her to take delivery. But I'd like to isolate it. I'd like to make sure that if I can handle this, she's done. All right, so respond.
Yes, fix that payment and I'm in.
Okay. Cassandra, the payment is easy to explain. The payment is a function of several variables, several of which you control. First is the balance to finance, which is the price of all standard equipment and options on the vehicle you picked out. Certainly, and then if it's a used vehicle, certainly age, condition, and certification, and miles on your vehicle will affect the payment as well. Now, from that, we subtracted our discounts, if there were any. Your initial investment, if any, and your trade equity, if any. If there was negative equity, we would have had to add it back. And of course, we have to add taxes and fees. All these factors make up the balance to finance. As you see, it's basic math.
I see.
The next factor is the rate, if you've pulled their credit. And that, of course, is determined by your credit history, which I'm not privileged to, the age of the vehicle, and the term, all lender controlled. And finally, the term. We could reduce the payment if a longer term is available, or you wanted to put down additional cash. So the choice is yours. You can put down additional cash, or I can explore if you qualify for a longer term. Which way works best for you? That's why another reason I like your write-ups, because do we have extended terms to go to if we get a payment complaint? Yeah, we got what? 66, 72, 75, 84 if necessary? I mean, I hate to go there, make no mistake. Do you guys have lenders that'll go 84?
Mm-hmm.
Do you put many people out at 84?
No.
Good.
Small percentage.
Good. All right. The net payment or cost to drive justification. I did this one yesterday, and I'm going to do it on the board today, so